nobody can make anybody believe that Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, all of those people have huge oil and gas reserves. And nature hates us so much that it just skips over the Gambia and goes to other places.
But that's why in the literature, FAR and all these oil companies, they have classified this area as MSGB basin.
Yeah.
Mauritania, Senegal, Gambia, Bissau basin.
Exactly.
Now that has extended to Sierra Leone, and it goes down to Gabon all the way down. Even South Africa, 2 weeks ago, announced massive natural gas and oil reserves and the Western Cape in the Atlantic Ocean there. So it's the same fault line.
The same fault line, the same continental shelf, the same sedimentary areas, and you're telling us that all of those people have it except the Gambia. And if you look at Sangomar, it's contiguous.
Yeah.
It's contiguous to A2 and A5. So it's like you have a well in compound A, you dig and you're getting very good water supply. To compound B next door, which has a fence with it, you tell, no, there's no water in this one. Come on, give us a break.
Again, if you look at the maps, especially the 3 or 4 last maps, where it shows the location of Sangomar, it shows the location of A2, A5. I came across something which I have not been able to put my fingers on yet. And that is that a lot of people in this country have not heard about the Gambia Petroleum Commission, National Petroleum Commission. But there is a National Petroleum Commission. Like everything else, everything is done below radar, and you don't know what is happening. But there are indications that the contiguousness of Sangomar to A2 and A5, that the borders may have been redrawn. This is something that the government needs to come out and clarify. Because if the borders have been redrawn between Sangomar and A2, A5, and if you look at the map, the fault line goes into all of A5. So potentially, what is in A2, A5 eclipses what is in Sangomar. And if the borders have been redrawn, I don't know who has redrawn those borders, on whose authority those borders were redrawn. But if they are redrawn, the government through the National Petroleum Commission needs to come out and say something about it. In doing the research on this thing, I recall in South Africa some years back, there was a gentleman from this National Petroleum Commission who went to Cape Town. There was an international energy in Daba. In Daba is Zulu for meeting. And this individual made a presentation there on this very potential oil and natural gas. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear about the National Petroleum Commission, you don't hear about the full extent of our natural endowment. Why are we interested in this? We are interested in this because this is our in situ natural resource that belongs to all Gambians. An in situ natural resource like this is a game changer for our economic development.
Absolutely.
And that game changing basically means that we'll say goodbye to poverty and all of the other issues that we are now dealing with, because there will be resources to move the country in ways that are that we are seeing in the Gulf states.
Yes, because the risk there is that huge potential is there, but if you don't have a virtuous government,
so
we risk having
exploit it.
Yes, we risk having what is called the Dutch curse. You will have those huge natural resources, and it ends up in what? In conflict, in repression, in the government becoming autocratic and just keeping all the resources for itself. We have seen it in numerous African countries, endowed with huge natural resources, but which are among the poorest in the continent and which are conflict-ridden, as opposed to, as you said, in the Gulf states, where the leadership has managed to take control of natural resources to use for the development of the country. You might say the distribution is not perfect in those areas either, but at least the resources are controlled by the country and they stay in the country. So we need a virtuous government to sustainably exploit those resources and just move the whole country out of poverty.
And
into a first world economy.
Immediately moving the country out of poverty.
Into a first world economy.
From a least developed country to probably a middle income country or even an upper middle income country. Finally, the Gambia government has signed an agreement with BP, which was for 6 years, and that was signed in 2020. So that too is going on until 2026. And we are not hearing anything.
Actually, that ended.
Oh.
It ended because BP, under the pretext that they are going to focus more on renewable energies, decided to exit the Gambia.
Yeah. That too.
And that was extremely suspicious. And for that, when they were exiting the Gambia, they paid only $5 million to exit. Without performing its contractual obligations, which are much, much higher. It took the African Development Bank and the African Legal Support Facility stepping in and assisting the country and eventually BP paid an exit fee of $30 million.
Which nobody hears about.
Exactly.
Exactly. So we need to have answers to these questions. And please, government, if you are listening, don't deflect. And don't attack. We want answers, simple answers.